Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab in the wee hours of the morning, just like I like it. And I'm in the book. We about to do my girl. This is my thing. This is what I'm about to enjoy this lesson. This is what I live for. This is the concept of Mayat. This is Mayat. See that feather? You see the angles? You see the wings? She represents everything that's divine. Okay, let's talk about it. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritual asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to might not be true. This is my girl. We're gonna ask the question, right thinkers, P-Funk philosophy on the art of virtuous living and the path of spiritual enlightenment. How? Through Mayat philosophy. Well, who is Mayat? Ding, 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 ding. Let's start right there. You see me do this every day. Okay, that's my way of paying respect to the goddess Mayat. Okay, who is Mayat? It was said that when Ra came out of the noon, emerged on his barge. What's a barge? A boat. Okay, they say that Ra traveled in the boat of 1,000,000 years. This is his barge in the daytime. He got two companions that he don't leave home without. One of them is Tahuti, his brain, his right thinking, his reasoning, and the other one's Mayat, who clears the way and makes sure everything is right. She holds order. She keeps everything together. Check her out. Watch this. These are my favorite two guys, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun. All right. Who is Mayat? Again, when Ra emerged out of the barge for the first time and creation came into being, what did he do? He was standing on a pedestal. Mayat got two signs that represents her. One is the scale, the other one is the pedestal. When you see Ptah, the self-created one, he stands on Mayat. Asar stands on Mayat. Ra stands on Mayat. All the gods stand on the pedestal of Mayat, which represents straightness, fair, balance. That's her thing. All right. She represents duality also, choice. All right. And thus the creator, woman, stand on the pedestal of Mayat. So the creator Ra lives by Mayat. I live by Mayat. If Ra can do it, it's good enough for him. It's good enough for me. So that's my philosophy personally. So Ra lives by Mayat and has established creation on Mayat. That's how invaluable and how important she is. Who is Mayat? Good question. Now let me answer that for you right quick. Mayat represents the very order in which constitutes creation. No, we ain't done yet. So therefore, Mayat is said that Ra created the universe by putting Mayat in the place of chaos. Chaos is the potential of the noon that anything can come out of it, anything is possible. But he put Mayat in charge. Now we have order throughout the creation throughout the universe, thanks to Maat. So creation itself is Maat. Still want to know who she is? I got more. Okay. Creation without order is chaos. That's what was in process before he set Maat in order. Before that, we had chaos. Okay. Maat also is a profound teaching in reference to what? The nature of creation and the manner in which human conduct should be cultivated. Mm. She's giving you the blueprints of how to be your best self and earn the rights and blessings from the all-seeing one. It refers to a deep understanding and sincere knowledge of what? Divinity, God, and the manner in which virtuous qualities can be developed on a day-to-day basis in the human heart so as to bring them closer to the divine. The more you purify your heart, the more godly you become. The more intellect, the more study and meditation time you spend, the closer you get to the divine. There's the blueprint to get to God. I used it. I got there. How about that? I can speak for that one in earnest, and I'm adamant about that. Why? I love my yacht. That's the reason why she got me to God. Moving on. Just like Christ, Christian, yeah, same thing. Same thing. I just use my yacht. Y'all can use Christ, but we both get to God. I ain't gonna problem with that. My best friend and pastor used the Bible to get to God. I didn't, but we both got to God. So how you get to God doesn't make much difference. Getting to Him is the key. Everybody ain't gonna do that. So I'm just trying to help those who want to along the way. That's what I do. My yacht is again. Listen, hold on, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I'm about to give you my yacht ties because everything I'm gonna give you is gonna be my yacht. Let's go. Who is Maat? Maat represents the very order of creation that it started. So therefore, I'm past that way. I get it. I didn't mark it off. Okay, Maat is, yeah, here we go. I hear people talking about Tahuti, thought is the god of Atlantis. He's not a real person. He's a mythological, fictitious character that we created. What the hell? And make sure I make that clear. Stop literally making these gods into people. They're not. I just get lesson. God created man in his image in the physical form. Man created God in his image is just wrong. God is not physical. Man become God. God don't become man. Maya is a philosophy, a spiritual symbol, as well as a cosmic energy, or what we call force, which pervades the entire universe. She is the symbolic embodiment of world order. Not one world order, the whole world order. And the Egyptians, the only group of people that lived harmoniously for thousands of years with this Maya philosophy. Not Maya, the person. No. Tahuti is God's mind. He's the right thinker. He's the brain of God. They tell you that. But she represents the embodiment of world order, justice, righteousness, correctness, divinity, harmony, peace, reciprocity. All those things that's divine, that's positive and constructive, that's what she represents. I practice that philosophy and I love it. Why? Because it works. You can take whatever you got. I don't give a shot. Excuse me. But I'm taking my yacht. I know that works. I practice it. She is also, again, we gave her the identity female. She is also known by her distinctive headdress that's composed of what? A simple feather. We call it the ostrich feather. Some call it the ibis bear feather. But it's the feather of truth. That feather is light. When you see it, it don't waver, it don't blow, it's straight. The pedestal, straight. So she give you what? See what I'm going here? The scales. See the scale there? One up and one down. Balance, that's what she represents. Equanimity. That's why I love it. She is a form. She is in the form, I just showed you a picture of right here, in the form of Goddess Aset. Okay. See the headdress? Outstretched arm. She's in the kneeling position. All these is angles. All this is symbolical. A person who out of Egypt would read this and know just what it means. We look at it, see what's in picture. Well, she got wings. She got a bat on her head, a feather on her head. They don't read the symbolism. We learn to look and see stuff a different way. In our ancients, we did that to show you. We put the writing in the picture form, okay? But symbolically, she represents the goddess Aset, who also represents wisdom and spiritual awakening. Okay, she's the other half. She's our mother through what? Balance and equanimity. Man and woman, they need each other to what? To procreate. So who got is 50-50? Ain't nobody submitting to nobody. Stop with that. Well, the women submitting to the man. No, she ain't. Stop that. And please, that don't make no sense. I'm just showing you balance. Maat represents that. And she's a female. God, Ra is male. Entity, energy, spirit. They got to be opposites to come together to make something whole. Maat represents the duality in creation as God created from himself. I was one, became three. That means everything after me is paired with something opposite of it. Hence, male and female, right, wrong, up, down. You get the concept? It's all philosophically laid out for you to understand and then manifest it for yourself so it makes a lot of sense when you live it, okay? And where you at? Through balance and equanimity. So in ancient Egypt, if we had this philosophy now, we wouldn't have this clown in the White House destroying everything. Why? Because in ancient Egypt, the judges and all those who connected in the judicial system were initiated in the order and the teachings of Maat. Why? Because those who would discharge the laws and regulations to society should be well trained in what? Morals and ethical, spiritual, mystical values of life. They thought that the noblemen, because they had knowledge, the masons, all the guys, okay, etiquette. But a lot of them was perpetrators. They would do that in the daytime, but they was sneaking, deceitful in the nighttime. God knew that. Man didn't. So all those famous people you just love so dear, when you find out what they really about, you don't love them so much there, do you? So stop falling in love with the person. The acts that they do is fine. The deeds that they function, but how they are personally, that should be none of your business. That's what they call it behind closed doors. A lot of stuff, y'all let everybody be in your business, so y'all bring them into your bedroom and your whatever. That's what modern society is about. Our ancients didn't have that problem, okay? But to serve society. Why? Because if you're going to be in a position to judge and critique people, your stuff better be right. That's why. And when you had the spiritual, the mystical values of life presented in this book from Maat philosophy, you will be learning fairness, justice, and you will learn the responsibilities to what? Serve society in order to promote harmony in the world and society and for the possibility for spiritual development in our atmosphere of what we call freedom and peace as a people. I'm a black man. I'm talking to my black people. No disrespect for other races, but I'm talking to my people. Moving on. And for only when there's justice at the top and fairness in society will what? There be an abiding harmony and peace. Something that this white America haven't seen since we got here. We haven't been at peace, black and white. We've been in civil war. We had all kind of war. We had war now with somebody else ain't got nothing. But we ain't doing what we need to do as a people. And you wonder why stuff is messed up. You can't harmonize the people. If they doing this, he doing that, they doing that. They ain't on the same accord. That's why the Egyptians did one thing. They got on the same accord. They proved that point. Fact. Wasn't no bad stuff. We had bad people, yeah, but they was dealt with harshly. Why? To deter you from being a bad person. I got them on my record, the genie from societies, and back in his day, for every little thing, you had to serve time. That's why he was in the bottle. He did some bad things, and his sentence was be in the bottle for the rest of his life. Aladdin freedom. So yeah, I'll give you 3 wishes, my man. After that, I'm back to doing what I do. But they have power. And if you misuse their power, you had to be punished. And if you got punished by Ra, you was for eternity. It didn't change. It didn't stop. That's why it's a hellfire. Don't go to hell. No, because if you get punished by Ra, heaven and earth was in love embrace. They pissed Ra off. Now, heaven and earth will be separated forever. Get the concept? So I always throw that in. That's a creation concept story. All right, but moving on. That's my God. Stop thinking God is man. Oh, God's all forgiving. No, he ain't. No, he gonna serve the hell out of you. He will destroy anybody that's against him. Either you with him or against him. You friend or foe. And he the what? He demolishes all his foe. He got God and goddesses to do just that. Me, Sekmat, Hathor. He got a bunch of different women who come do his work. In the lion pride, the man don't do that but fight and protect. But when they go to hunting, that's the woman's job. They know how to do that real well. Okay, but that's why you can't say that men are better than women. That's crazy. That makes no sense. All right, but to be in harmony and to have a society in harmony and peace is only necessary for those who are in pursuit of what? True happiness. And that comes from what? Inner fulfillment, not the outside world. And everybody, individual, has the right to obtain that for him or herself. That's the difference. We are individual. One person doing what he needs to do for him or herself in the world of a bunch of people who really don't know themselves. So it's going to be rough, right? It ain't easy to do this. Along with her associates, who? The goddess Shah, she represents fortune. Rinnet, she represents destiny. And Mishkanet. These are all the concepts at Judgment Day that you're going to be judged by and critique, okay? Shah is your stand-in. Rinnet represents fortune and destiny. Fortune, but destiny represents Mishkanet. And Mayat, she encompasses these teachings of what we call karma and reincarnation. Y'all made it famous in India. Or the what? The destiny of every individual is, watch this, is based on that individual's actions. Everybody's responsible for him or herself. Simple as that. You can love, want, and hope, but you only can change one person. You. And your thoughts and your feelings, emotions, that's all heartfelt and conscious. When those two things are out of balance and out of line, you will not seek harmony within yourself. You will not seek peace. You will not reach bliss. You will not pass go. You have to go back and try it again. So thus, they have an important role that they play in what? Your judgment day, with the scene of what we got, the book of coming forth by day. Is the sign where you're going in and you being judged, your heart against the feather of Mayat. But understanding these are principles that lead you, the aspirant, to become free of the cycle that we know as reincarnation, life, birth, and death, and human suffering, and to be able to discover supreme bliss and reach what we know to be immortality by becoming one with God. We know that to be called the Eucharist. Y'all do it on every first Sunday. Y'all call it communion. Becoming one with God. Y'all eat his body and you drink his blood. Literally trying to become one with God. It's all mental. It's all internal. It's all spiritual. But y'all bring it to literally. Moving on. Along with, okay, now, this is another side, one of my calling cards. The pedestal. The definition and the concept of the pedestal is to keep you what? Straight. Maya up and down, perpendicular, straight that way, and she's always level and straight that way. That's what the pedestal represents. Maya signifies what? That which is straight. And two of the symbols of Maya are the ostrich feather, I told you about that, and the pedestal, I'm telling you about this right now, upon which God stands on Maya. She holds up God. Okay, y'all think Atlas holding the world up? No, Mayat hold the world up. I love that. But the Supreme Being, in the form, again, he's in the form of himself created Ptah, the God of uttering himself into existence. Not Ra, Ptah. Ra is the sun that's up there to show you. Amun, the hidden spirit that's in everything. Ptah is the other part that manifests himself. That's how God operates. And Ptah is often seen depicted standing on a pedestal with a skull cap on and a staff in his hand. This is Ptah. He's a principle. He's a philosophy, a concept. He is not a real person. We gave him identity to practice and study to learn about. Y'all done took it. My man took it to a whole nother level. He got him being the king of Atlantis. He can reincarnate. Dude, let it go. Let it go. I'm about to, nope, let that go. I ain't doing that. Moving on. Let's do this Maat thing. Maat, okay. Now, God got two daughters. One of them was Hathor, when he sent her down to take care of business. She's the evil one. She's the bad one. She spit fire. Okay, Sekhmet, the line is female power. That's her. His other daughter is Maat. Maat, who is the daughter of Ra. Okay, the high God. Thus, in the hymn to Ra, it was said that the land of Manu, which is the west, it reserves it received thee with satisfaction. And the goddess Maat embraces thee both when at sunrise and at the evening at sunset. And the god Tahuti, which is God's mind, and him and her goddess Maat, they have written down the daily course for thee every day. Maat is the sun, gonna rise every day out the east, go across the sky, and set in the west. It's a form of cycle of life. You can break it down symbolically, use it any way you want. It's a teaching tool, a lesson. We teach that the sun for 3 days in the winter solstice stays dormant in the south before it starts heading back up north. Y'all took it and made a man dying and going to the cave for 3 days. Come on, y'all missed the symbols in that big time. And y'all still, it's over 2,000 years. We know y'all got it wrong. Y'all ain't gonna admit that. Why? Just did Easter Sunday. Y'all ain't gonna give it up. Moving on. I ain't trying to get you to change, but you got it wrong. Only person who realized their wrong action and don't correct it is an a-hole. I'm just saying, when you're wrong, your job is to admit being wrong, understanding you're wrong, and change and move on. But no, I'm saying, okay, gotta let you go. Moving on. But that's the concept with that. And they had another hymn. And the papyrus in the Quinin provides a deeper insight into what they thought about Maat. I have come to thee, O Lord, of the gods. Tamu, Haru, Kahuti. That was the Sphinx back in the day. Okay, they talked to him like that was God, whom Maat directeth. Amen Ra rests upon Maat. Ra lives by Maat. Right, thinkers? We live and practice Maat. Why? If it's good enough for Ra, Asar, and everybody else out of Egypt, it's good enough for us. That's why. And Asar carries along the earth, what? Because he also lives by Maat. That's why I respect her. Maat is the daughter of Ra, and she was with him, and she's always with him. He got two people that he don't travel without. Maat's one of them, because she leads the way. She got to open up the way for him, so to speak, in the boat. And he keeps his boy Tahuti, his mind. Back in my day, I carried two things with me. A pocket full of money and a gun. And, I forgot the drugs. Okay, so we all know when you leave home what you got, that's what you leave home. So he left home with his mind, his consciousness, and his right living. So that was Maat and Tahuti philosophically. All right, but Maat, daughter of Ra, and she was always with him in his celestial barge when he first emerged from the primeval waters, along with his company of gods, which is elements of nature, and God and goddesses. We call them the group called it Paute, okay? But she is also known as what? The Eye of Ra, the Lady of Heaven, Queen of the Earth, Mistress of the Underworld, and the Lady of the Gods and Goddesses. Maat also has a dual form we call Mayate, where he put standing for her with Aset and that dual. In her capacity of God, Mayat is what? She's Mayat, which means ceaseless. Ceaselessness, regularity of what? The course of the sun. She got the guidance for the sun. She gives Ra the what there's coordinates to how he follows the day. In essence, she runs the universe. That's respect I have for her philosophically. All right. And in the form of Mayate, she also represents the south and the north, which symbolizes upper and lower Egypt, as well as the higher and lower self. Haru being higher, Set being lower. Mayat is the personification of what we know to be justice and righteousness and divine, upon which God has created this universe on Mayat, and is also the essence of God and creation. So therefore, it is Mayat who judges all the souls when it arrives for what? Judgment Day in the hall of Mayat. Sometimes Mayat herself even becomes the scale. She a bad girl. In which what? The heart of you, the initiate is judged. And Mayat judges the heart, the unconscious mind of the initiate. Why? Everything you are thinking about doing, okay, but your intention, that thought that come here first. Heart, mind, coherence. Your heart get the thought first, and the mind activates it to put it to use. So everything that you think, good, bad, or different, is stored in the heart. That's why at Judgment Day, they don't give a damn what the mind said. Why? Throw it away. Don't need it no more. We going with the heart. That's why. And in this attempt to what? Determine to what extent that your heart has lived in accordance with the Maya philosophy or Maya truth, correctness, reality, genuineness, uprightness, reciprocity, righteousness, justice, steadfastness, and the unadulterated nature of creation. You have total understanding of who you are. You live by what you know to be right. I practice my art every day, and the rewards you get from that is unbelievable. This is Rob. This is Maat. She sits at the front of the boat to make his way. This is Tahuti. He always got Ra's what? Back, 6 o'clock. Okay? Tahuti represents the moonlight. When Ra goes down, Tahuti steps in and governs us and watches over the night. Wrapped it up. I just showed you a picture. Above, I just showed you a picture. The goddess Mayat. She sits at the bow in front of the boat of Ra, the supreme being. This signifies, this telling the story, that she is the one who makes the way. And my pastor said, Jesus makes the way out of no way. No, that was Mayat's job, my dude. No offense. But yeah, we had somebody doing that before y'all too. Okay. But she's the one that makes the way. That is, she makes order out of the waves in the primeval ocean as the boat moves smoothly. Why? Because she controls it. This allowed Ra to what? The spirit to abide in the forms of the waves, in essence, the forms of creation. Let him do what he do. Thus, we are to understand the get. Maya comes first in spiritual discipline. That's why I practice Maya. That's why I hold her in high esteem. In other words, virtue must come and then the spirit will follow. That's Maya. Practicing Maya is practicing virtuous and righteous living with integrity thrown on the side. But in other words, the aspirant, you, right thinkers, you come into your spiritual enlightenment after purification. How? By practicing the Mayat, aka right thinking philosophy, daily and follow its spiritual disciplines. And when one comes into harmony with the goddess, now you are actually coming into harmony what? With balance of the cosmos, the cosmic consciousness. And then now you are able to reach atonement with what? Your cosmic order, aka the universe. And this introduces you, the aspirant, to Ra, or we know to be the supreme being. Her goal is to get you to Ra, her father. Hope you enjoyed your lesson. I got more. Don't worry, I got more for you. I see the clock. We got a 30-minute lesson. Perfect. Hope you enjoyed it. Right thinkers in closing. May you all live to be 100, me 100 miles a day. So I've known my right thinkers who now understand who Maat is and the art of virtuous living have passed away. I'll be right back.